What's up, danglers? And we are back with another Whatnot fishing find. So let's just jump right into this. We got some more weird, cool things today. Where do I start? Let's start with a brand new seller for the channel and their very first appearance on the Whatnot Fishing Find series. And that is none other than Weekend Walleye Warrior. Let me flash the business card here. Boom. So these guys are new to Whatnot, if I'm not mistaken. Definitely my first time discovering them. And let me tell you, these guys have some really cool things. Definitely the weird stuff that you guys know I like. So when they popped on and I saw their selection, I might have started drooling just a little bit. So that's the card there, and let's jump right into some, if I'm not mistaken, I would say 2 of the 3 of these are brand new for the channel as well. So let's start off with something that we've already seen. I'm pretty sure we've already seen. So this, I have picked up one of these, I want to say around the beginning of doing the unboxing, so I'm honestly not 100% sure if the first one made it into a video, but this is a crawler and new for me entirely. This is the Adusta Zacrawl. Check that weird looking thing out. I love it. So it's in the Terminator color. So just the color name alone is pretty cool. So I think the other one I got is kind of like a chartreuse froggy looking color. So I definitely wanted something that was slightly different than that. And this guy was exactly what I was looking for. I can get her out. It's stuck. There we go. So in my opinion, this bad boy is in like the perfect size. It's not too small. It's also not huge. It's somewhere right in the middle. I would say size-wise, it'd be similar to I would say your normal size Jackal Pompadour. Maybe slightly bigger, but in my opinion, right in that perfect size range. So we got our little tiny, almost like Colorado blade on the back with that prop. And again, that Terminator color. So it's that chrome with the red eyes. Check that out. Now I see it's got something else going on here. It's got this spot here and this spot here. Could not tell you what that is for. Let's see. Zacrawl Heart Blaster. That's the actual name, Heart Blaster. I left that out. Its characteristic giant front wings create a ruckus, even with a moderate retrieve. In addition, the metallic sounds generated from the tail rig parts draw fish in. A front wing generates noise on the water, while an inner weight makes low rattling sound. Certainly sounds fancy, but I'm not sure about what those are. But let's see. Let's see if we can hear those rattles. That's definitely a metallic type rattle sound. Love it. Bad boy on a stand. So this is the Adusta Zacrawl Heart Blaster in the Terminator color. Love it, love it, love it. Like I said, I got one more of these bad boys. And these will definitely be some of the first crawlers I'll be throwing this season. Love it. Okay, so moving on to the weird, some more weird things, I should say. Next up, we have another crawler, and I believe I've actually had this one's little brother on here, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if we can get him to stay there. Beautiful. So this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, danglers of all ages, I have a feeling I'll be saying that quite a bit today. This is the Duo International Dakashin Mushi. 75 millimeters, 32.5 grams, or 1 ounce and an eighth. And the color is Semigara. So check this thing out. I love it. So I've had the smaller version of this, and it's actually much smaller. I couldn't quite tell how big this was while watching the stream. And I was very, very happy when I got it. Because this thing, once again, I would put in like just that perfect crawler size range. Check that thing out. So we got the skirting on the sides. I love the double feathered treble. And something I discovered when I was doing my research on these guys is you can actually, looks like, yeah. So this is actually 2 sections, if I'm not mistaken. You are able to take these wings out and either replace them if they get broken, or I would imagine it's also going to help with storing this bait, because these wings don't fold in like the crawl here. These guys fold in. So I thought that was pretty cool. But this thing is going to replicate just a big old juicy bug on the surface. Like I said in that last video, we are definitely just going to do a video, maybe videos on just all crazy, weird topwater baits. Cannot wait to try this out. I love it, I love it, love it. So that is the, what is it called again? Here we go. Magnum crawler with cicada DNA, and it is the Takashi. I figured it out thanks to Raid and the Deca Dodge. So this is the Deca Shinmushi. I'm assuming Deca in Japanese means large, big, or something along those lines. So yeah, I'm not gonna butcher it anymore. Love it, love it, love it. Well, let's get her spinning here. Beautiful. So the Deca Shinmushi. I'll get there eventually. Love it. All right. So next up is something that I recently discovered. I had a friend of mine introduce me to these next, or I should say to this next wake bait by none other than Gangcraft. And ever since I was introduced to them, I have been on a wild hunt to find some. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, danglers of all ages, the very first Gangcraft OSA 115 for the channel. So not only does it come in a fancy box, but heard through the grapevine that these are one of the best wake baits on the market, and that's definitely something that is right down my alley. So this is the OSA 115 wake. Gorgeous color too. This is the Kikyo Ugandi. Check that out. So again, topwater bait. It's just going to swim along the surface. Let's see, I need a kniff for this one. Don't have a kniff, I'm slacking. So it's just going to swim along the surface. And looking in the back here, I might have an option for a tail, question mark. I could be wrong. And they do actually make a size smaller than this guy. So this is the largest size they make, which again, even though it is a wake, it is not a crawler. I would put this just in kind of like that perfect size range where I don't really need to upsize my equipment to throw these things. Check that out. It's got that joint in the back, that little tail that's about 1 inch long. Okay, that was just how the plastic was. You see the little slot there? I thought maybe that was a spot for a tail. So you got kind of like that 90-degree lip. What a gorgeous paint job. I love the white eyes, white on top, that purple with the blue, white stripes, kind of going both directions. I like that. And then that, wow, that's gorgeous. That like pinkish, which I'd call that like a peach. It's like a peach color. Absolutely gorgeous. And if I'm not mistaken, it actually looks like they give you an extra lip. That's nice. That's really nice. So it looks like you get an extra lip, all right? Same lip that's on there, and a little snap ring there. Or snap swivel, whatever you want to call it. That is the Gamecraft OSA 115 Wake. Definitely expect more of these. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Weekend Walleye Warrior. I'm going to have to remember that one. It's a long one. Weekend Walleye Warrior. Thank you guys so much for these awesome baits. Again, definitely go check them out. They have a lot of weird things you don't see too often. Sick. Cannot wait to throw that. Definitely, again, one of the first things I want to throw when possible. All right, so we'll keep that aside so I don't lose the extra lip. Now, I did mention they make 2 sizes. So when I initially started looking for these, I picked up one, not realizing that it was actually the smaller size, and that is from none other than Raptor Glides and Tackle. So let's see, where did I put that? I gotta find it. Too many things. What do we got? What do we got? Not it. I'm slacking. Slacking. Where's she at? Not that one. I know it's here somewhere. I'm not making things up. Aha. This is it. Huh. I'm slacking. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Aha! There it is. I've done this before. So, from Raptor's Glide and Tackle, we have the Gamecraft OSA 80. So this is the baby size, which I was completely fine with because specifically the color I got and this size I think is going to be a smallmouth killer in the river. So there is your Gamecraft OSA OSA 80. Check that out. So you got that bright pink on top, almost like those, I guess that'd be almost like an IU color-ish. That is the OSA 80. Do a little size comparison here. So we got the 80, and that's 115. 80, 115. Perfect. So thank you so much, Raptor Glides and Tackle. Cannot wait to try this out. Like I said, specifically in the river. Beautiful. So that is the little brother to the OSA 115, the OSA 80. Beautiful. Okay, moving along. Let's see, what do we got here? What do we got? Ooh, where do I want to go? Let's go to Scott Schiltz 1. So, kind of keeping the wake bait theme here going. We have seen these before, but this was in a color I did not have. So from Scott Schiltz 1, I got a little extra something here. Got some hooks. Perfect. And then we got a pretty cool sticker. I think this might be new. Just a different color. I think that's a different color. I love it. Love the purple. Let's get that there. All right. So this we have seen before, but again, also wake bait, but a different profile. I think this is definitely going to replicate just your average bait fish, big fat head shiner, swimming along the surface. This is the Megabass Lats. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. L-A-T-E-S. So you pronounce that how you like. I love the top of this bait. You got that black with the blue sparkle there. And you kind of got like that silver flash, a little bit of green right here. So again, this is just going to swim along the surface, but I think this is really going to excel when I have the rare opportunity to fish on bodies of water with big schools of bait fish. And I love chasing those big schools around. Again, very rarely do I get to do that. But when I see them breaking the surface, this is going to be one of the first things I grab is this Lats. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you, Scott Schiltz 1. Okay. Oh, where do we go next? Where do we go next? All right, we'll continue the wake bait theme here. We got a lot of wake baits today. So, next up, we got something from none other than Bear Anglers. And this, which we've also seen on the channel, but I'm discovering as time goes on the many, many different colors that this bait comes in. So let's jump to some Imakatsu, and that is the Imakatsu Kozla. Check this out and check out this color. So we have seen this bait before with the big lip there, but this color in particular, the red, really is what sold me on it. So this might be actually one of the first wigs I throw just based off the color. That red in the spring is definitely a hot color. So maybe once I feel the weather's warm enough, water temperatures are warm enough to attempt top water, this will probably be one of the first ones I throw. Love it, I love it, I love it. Thank you, Bear Anglers, for that really cool Imakatsu Kozla. All right, so while we're on the subject of these Imakatsus, Mr. Some James just happened to have a few of these as well in fur finish. What? I had no idea that these things came in fur finish as well. So when Some James flashed them up on the screen, I was like, yes, please. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dangos of all ages, we have our very first fur finish Imakatsu Kozlas. Let's pull this one out first. I think one of these might go on display and one might get fished. I really don't know. Check this thing out. So you saw that last one. Now we got ourselves a fur finish. I don't know the exact color name on this, but if you ask me, the thing just looks like a giant fuzzy bumblebee. That is so cool. So let's actually just prop him up like that. And then he had another one. He actually had three. I'm kind of regretting not grabbing the other one. And then we got this bad boy. Check that out. So once again, fur finished. We got some chartreuse on the back. It almost looks like it might glow. I don't know. Very bright chartreuse, all white. Check that out. Little scuff there. This might be the one I fish. Maybe. Might try to clean that up a little bit, and who knows. They both might go on display. But when I saw that they made fur finish in these guys, I was blown away. Had to have it. In case you couldn't tell. Love it, love it, love it. Where's the switch? I lost the switch. There it is. So those are my very first fur finish Imakatsu Kozlas. Now we got some more from Mr. Some James. Let's see here. I think this might have been a giveaway. I think it was. So here we got ourselves some 4-inch Sakamata shads. So if you know, you know. The Sakamata shads are very popular right now. Very popular. So thank you so much, Some James. Can't go wrong with some Sakamatas. All right. Figure out that thumbnail. And then last but not least, this is brandy new for the year 2026. This actually came in, I believe, the Lucky Bag from Megabass. Now, we have seen quite a few times the smaller version of this bait. And once I saw that they made a bigger version now, naturally, I had to have it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you know the rest. This is the Megabass Karashi 80. So just like the Karashi you've seen on the channel in the past, my assumption is it's going to have the same action, it's going to work the same, but it's much bigger. So I would say, I'm slacking here again, I should have brought a normal Karashi out, but I would say this is a solid inch, half an inch longer than the normal Karashi. So we're gonna pull it right out. So this is in the Fine Art SPC FA Ghost Wakasagi. Getting fished. Wow. I love this color too. I believe I have a Vision 110 in this color as well. Gorgeous color. Again, just like that lats, you know, in situations where I see a lot of smaller fish kind of grouped together, swimming around, especially schools of fish, schools of bait fish. This is one of those things that I feel like is going to just excel in those particular situations. Love it. I love it. I love it. And again, probably one of the things I will be throwing ASAP. So that is the brandy new Karashi 80 by Megabass. I believe that is it from Some James. Thank you so much, Some James. All right. Ooh. Next up, we got Hog Wild 1986. I don't remember what I bought. Ooh. So, not gonna lie, I had a coupon. So I wanted to use my coupon for something. And I've been eyeing this one up for a while now. It's definitely on the smaller end of things. But I love the colorway. It is a crawler. It's going on display. So this is none other than the Tiny Siglet by Megabass, but it is the white butterfly color. Look at the size of that. Tiny. So it does have some fur on the belly there. So you got that bright white. I don't know if you can tell. You got the black eyes. It is crackled. I'm not going to attempt to take this out. It is very tiny. So I didn't even realize that. We got quite a, I think this is the most fur finish I've had on the channel in one video. So we got our fur finish, white butterfly, tiny siglet, and then we got those fur finish coslas. Love it, love it, love it. Let's see how can we get that going. Stupid cute. Awesome. Thanks, Hog Wild. 1986. All right, moving it along here. So we got let's go here. So this is from Damn Justin 5. So keeping with the wakes again, this is quite the wake video. This is another gang craft that I just discovered, and that was on Damn Justin's show. I had no idea that it existed. I would put this in the same category again as that lats. This is the gang craft. Whoa! Love it. It's big and weird. Gang craft Dead Slow. Let's get this little guy out of the way here. Whoa! Check that thing out. I love it. I love it. I love the color. I love the little chartreuse on the sides there, kind of the darker, let's say it's like a dark gray on top with the orange on the belly, or orange on the side, and then the white on the belly. So again, it's definitely a longer, skinnier profile wake bait, and that's why I said I would definitely put it in the same category as the lats, but much bigger. So cool. Thank you, Damn Justin 5. Definitely adding something unique and new to the arsenal. Are we gonna make it? Cool. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, what we got next? We'll stick with the big. Stick with the big. So this is also a new seller to the channel. Definitely one of those names that I can't quite remember. So we're gonna do that. Unless there's something in here. My blonde is showing. I want to say it was Jason. Oh yeah, Jason. Again, I'm gonna put the name. I put the name up. So he is new, or at least new for me, new to the channel for sure. But he had another big, weird topwater bait that I had never seen before, and this is from. Let's see here. Getting ahead of myself. So this next one is actually from a company called Bass Star. So this is the Bass Star Prop Runner. So this thing is what, like 5 inches, 6 inches, probably like 6. I think it weighs like 4 ounces. So again, this will be one of those baits where I definitely need to kind of like up the gear I'm using to throw. But basically, this guy is a giant walking bait with a giant prop on the back. And I mean giant. Check this thing out. I know most of you are like, you're throwing that for bass? Yes. Yes, I am. So that is the, I would say, rainbow trout color. I don't think there's anything on the package as far as, oh yeah, it is. Rainbow trout. So this, I do have a lake by me, which actually is the 2nd or 3rd deepest lake here in New Jersey, that has monster bass, but also has monster trout in it. And I think that particular body of water is exactly where I'll be throwing this, because there's no way that those big bass are not eating those stockies that are going in there. Absolute monster. Again, all I can really tell you is you're going to kind of walk this bait just like you would a normal walking bait. You'll have that extra flash and vibration with that prop on the back. Or if I'm not mistaken, you can also just work this like a big popper. So when you're giving that rod tip a good jerk, that mouth is probably going to give off a little spitting action, but that's also going to cause that blade to really pop, spin, and make a lot of noise. So yeah, that's all I got for you. This thing's huge. It's crazy. I love it. All right. So that is the Bass Star prop bait. All right. Last but not least, for the Whatnot finds, now that I've gotten lost in my wreckage, we got an order from none other than Raw Tackle Shop. So first off, I picked up these Megabass Tackle soft bait. I'm not gonna lie, it was one of those things I just bought because it looked cool, and then I realized it was for saltwater, but we'll figure it out. So this is the Tackle soft bait. This is, I'm guessing these kind of replicate a very small lobster, which will also replicate a crawfish. And it is in the glow white color. Oh, I wonder if these glow. They do glow. I don't think I'll be able to, yeah, ain't gonna work. But they do glow. So that is the Tackle soft bait by Megabass. So this is their saltwater stuff. And then last but not least, for the Whatnot fishing finds from Raw Tackle Shop, we got ourselves a new Frog Products bait, and it's whatever this is. So it's a little prop bait with a cool little like cartoon design on it. I don't know. Again, one of those things I kind of just thought was cool. What is that? That's funny. Almost looks like a little minion. So something breakfast robot. These little things also kind of give me like Lego vibes. And then this prop is actually an arrow that spins. What is that? It's weird and I love it. So that is the Frog Products weird bait. That's what we're gonna call it. The Frog Products weird. If I can find a stand that'll work. No, it gets difficult. Huh. So we got the Frog Products weird bait. Love it. Thank you, Raw Tackle Shop. And of course, we got our final bait for this episode, and it is one of our extras. So, for the last time for this video, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, danglers of all ages, we have our second ever, hold on, our second ever for the channel and just for myself, we have a DRT Tiny Joker. So we have had one of these on the channel before, but this, so far, I may have another one on the way, so far, is my favorite color. So this is the Bella Bone. All right, I'm just gonna take it out like the first section here, because it is very nicely packaged in this box, but I do want you guys to get a good look at this color. Check that out. That's just sexy. Like, it's almost like a maroon on top, and then goes into like a dark green. Like, this is giving me like Joker vibes, like this color scheme. And if you know, you know. I'm not one of those people because I've never fished them, but from what I hear, these are also one of the best wake baits on the market. And I cannot wait to try these. Definitely going to be my most bougie wake baits, I would say, out of them all. I can't get it back in. We're not going to waste that time. Okay. So that is my second ever DRT Tiny Joker. All right, my friends, please don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, drop some comments, hit that like button, and I, along with my Whatnot fishing finds, will catch you later.
Yes, indeed. They call me Mr. Greed worldwide. And I'm black out.